All right. Happy Valentine's Day. Um, uh, I was reading some things about Jesus at the store. Of course, uh, on Valentine's Day, the only person that loves me is Jesus. Truly, or I have nobody else. You know, I admit this. I don't have anybody in real life that you know, would be my Valentine. So I guess Jesus is my Valentine. uh, but anyways, on a serious note, I was reading about, you know, and the things I read is no accident. I know that. Um, if I'm reading it on a certain time, God wants me to read it at that certain time. Like I was talking about Jesus and his vision for the kingdom uh, in this magazine, and I was just talking about how Jesus wouldn't be satisfied with how his kingdom is on earth right now. I feel like he agrees. So it's kind of what I said in my last video. I'm like, he would not, this is not what he envisioned, So, but anyways, but the things I've read also was about what he requires for you to be his disciple and a follower of him. He's fucking strict. And he knows it, he's strict. You got to hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to hate your father, you got to hate your mother, you got to hate your sister, you got to hate your brother, you got to hate your own life. That stuck out to me. I never read that before. You have to hate your own life to follow Jesus. Check. Big check on that for me. Big check. I hate my life. Check. So, check. So, got that down. Hate my life. I didn't even know he required that. That's just default for me. That's just a default. Hate my life. Shit, But as far as hating everybody else, like I don't know if I hate everybody else, but maybe I do. I hate my family of origin. Love and hate them at the same time. But he knows that I don't think this come from me. I don't think I can make it just by me alone following him. Ditch everything, ditch everybody. I don't have that kind of confidence in myself. uh, I don't, but maybe he does. He thinks differently, that I can follow him in my current condition without anybody else. Just permanently, just nobody else, just follow him. But I'm like, yeah, I mean, he knows the condition I'm in. He's got to, but there's no other path for me. He knows that. I got no other path. And there's no one else I know that can heal me on earth besides him. And I was thinking today, and this is no joke, I was reading about his miracles and stuff that he did. But I was saying to myself, his biggest miracle that he could ever do, and he knows this, is healing me all the way. Healing me all the way. That would be his biggest miracle. And everybody knows it. Everyone knows it. My family would know it. I would know it. Everybody that's ever seen me would know it. If Jesus heals me entirely, it will be his biggest miracle he's ever done, in my opinion. That's how much shit I've gone through. Seriously. So, but anyways, enough about that. My dreams, my hopes to be a healed man one day, anyways, but in the meantime, I'm trying to follow him in my condition I'm in. He knows. He already knows, and I've talked to him. I talk to him all the time. I'm like, I already think it's over. I think it's over. We both. I'm telling him straight out. I'm like, I think it's over for me. Straight up, it's already over. I've tried everything. I've tried everything. He knows that. I've tried everything to try to help me. Everything. Without result, like real result that I was looking for, as far as healing me goes. So I'm like, I already think it's over. So I'm basically trying to follow him while thinking it's over for me. I'm a dead man walking, basically. In my mind, I'm a dead man walking. He knows that. I'm a dead man walking, and I'm still trying to follow him. I think there's no chance for me to be healed at all. Fully healed by anything. And I'm still trying to follow him. That's how crazy I am, So, but it says in another scripture, if you ditch everything, like, here in the book of Luke, Peter says, we have left all and followed thee. So Peter has left everything and followed him. And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, this is Jesus talking, there is no man that hath left house, or parents, or brethren, or wife, or children, for the kingdom of God's sake, who shall not receive manifold more in this present time, and in the world to come life everlasting. So if you leave everything and follow Jesus, you'll be rewarded way more. It's, in the world to come, if you do that. And he knows I've done that. He knows I've left everything. You know what I mean? I'm just some lost boy, orphan kid now. He knows that. That's how I feel. I totally feel like just this lost orphan kid. I do, 100%. That Jesus just said, hey, I still want you. Come follow me. Basically, that's how it's gone. Like, nobody else wants me, but Jesus still wants me. That's how this has gone. Literally. So that's why I'm still alive, because of Jesus himself. He sees potential in me, even in this state I'm in now, which is crazy to me, that he sees potential in me in the state I'm in now. That blows my fucking mind. Blows my mind. Like, I think it's over. Everybody else thinks it's over. For me, Jesus still sees potential. How crazy is that shit? How crazy is that shit? That's the most mind-blowing thing of everything. I'm like, it's over. Jesus is like, no, it's not. It's not over. Like, how do you see any future? How do you see any hope? How do you see anything? I see I see nothing ahead of me. Nothing. But death. I don't see anything but homelessness and death. He knows that. That's all I see. So I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I've tried all these different things to try to heal me, and I've even tried things to help you out. It still hasn't healed me. So I'm like, shit. And he knows that. So, but anyways, I've done all these things that he's required. Leave everything. I've done that. But I still think it's over for me. Despite me doing that, despite me leaving everything, I still think it's over. And he knows that. This is like a desperation walk, of like, when I said this is like super walking on water, it really is super walking on water for me. I'm walking forward. I'm trying to walk forward. I think it's over for me already. I already think I'm done. Dead man walking. It's over. You know what I mean? You know, can't heal myself by anything I do. Anything I've tried, I haven't been able to heal myself. I may have healed a little bit, but not even close to all the way to where I can live a real life, like what I feel is a real life, and he knows that. So, but I match all the requirements. I hate everything. Hate my life. That was the biggest one that stuck out. Hate my life. I'm like, wow, Jesus requires you to hate your own life. I already do that naturally, you know. Damn, you know, got that down. Hate my own life. I'm a good candidate for Jesus. If you hate my own life. So if you love your own life, you're not a good candidate to follow Jesus, you know. You know. So that was the most interesting thing I read, for sure. That stood out to me. Hating my own life. You require that? That's probably why he stuck with me, because he knows I hate my life. You know, I've hated my life for a long time. You know, sometimes I even say I hate my life. I want to die. You know, but he knows that. But apparently, that's a good big requirement. You know, that he requires is you to hate your own life. Like, all right, check. Check on that. You know, hate my life for sure. But anyways, it's no joke to be a true follower of Jesus. He's serious. It's commitment, like legit commitment. You know what I'm saying? It's at least it's no joke. If he's telling you to leave everything, house, family, friends, everything, and follow him, it's legit strong commitment. It's no joke. You know. So that's why I'm kind of been teetering. I'm like on the fence. I'm like, do I really want to commit totally? But at the same time, I know I have nothing to lose now. I have nothing to lose. You know, God pretty much knows. He knows this. I either follow Jesus or it's over, or it's really over for me, or it's really over. Like, done. God knows this. I know this. If I don't follow Jesus, it's over for me. I have no other options. God knows that. He knows that. I don't have any other options in this life. So it's pretty serious. You know, I separated from everything. I have no other options. So, part of me's like, man, why did I separate from everything? Part of me's like that. I'm like, why did I do that? I'm like, fuck, you know. But God knows I had to do it just to survive a little longer. I had to separate from everything I knew, just to survive a little longer, even without any hope. You know, I knew if I didn't separate, I was really, really dead. You know. But even though I still feel like I'm dead anyways, and God knows that, I still feel like even though I separated, I'm still a dead man walking. God knows I feel that way. I'm like, even though I separated, it didn't really heal me like I thought it would. So I'm like, fuck, you know, now I'm fucked. So God knows that. God's aware that I'm like, shit, I didn't heal like I thought I would after separating. Even though I had to separate. I still didn't heal like I thought I would. And God knows that. That's why I'm panicking. You know, I'm like, shit, now what? You know what I mean? Like, now what? So it really is only Jesus as my option now. Follow Jesus, or it's really over. Follow Jesus, or it's really, really over for you. Yeah, that's true. I can feel it. Imagine that position. If you were in this position, you burned all your bridges. You're on your own. You're not even healed. You have all these health issues. Don't know how to resolve these health issues. All you have is Jesus now. That's it. That's where I'm at. He knows it too. He's aware of it. He knows. All I have is him now. Follow him in any condition I'm in. The world can't heal me, so what? I have to follow Jesus anyways, or it's really over. It's true. God knows it too. But at the same time, I feel like I was born for this, to follow Jesus. So that's the crazy thing. I think I was born for it, to eventually follow Jesus. Eventually. After many, 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 many years, eventually I would follow Jesus. I think it was foreseen, it was foreseen by God that I would eventually have to follow Jesus, or end my life, basically. God knows that. Follow Jesus or end my life. So follow Jesus. So but people be like, why is it those two options? Why isn't there another option? Because of the health condition I'm in. My health conditions. Imagine you have so many health problems that the world, the medical field, can't fix it all. You know what I mean? So it's over. You're a dead person walking, basically. You pretty much have terminal cancer. In my opinion, that's how I feel. I feel like I have terminal cancer with all my health issues. But instead of the cancer killing me, it's just eventually I'll just have to end it myself. That's how I see it, and God knows that. Like I can't fix all these health issues. I have to end it all. I can't keep living like this. Basically, I can't keep living like this. Basically, God knows that. So my only hope is follow Jesus, and maybe I'll get healed in the process. Maybe. If I have, that's what I'm facing now. So, but like I said, it would be his biggest miracle if he heals me. It would be his biggest miracle he's ever done. And he's been healing me slowly. Very slowly. And I know that's true. He's been healing me slowly. For whatever reason. It's like, he's like a delicate masterpiece. It seems like that's how he's treated me, like a delicate masterpiece. I'm just like, this is ridiculously slow. But he's like delicate. I'm like, Jesus. I don't have the patience for this. I really don't. Like, I don't have the patience for you to heal me this slow. And I hope he hears me. Like, I don't have the patience for this. I hate my life anyways, Like the scripture says, if you hate your life, I hate my life. Like, you got to heal me faster, than this, In my opinion, you got to show me something, or I'm just gonna quit, So a part of me is like, it feels like God stripped me away from everything I knew. He stripped me away from it all with good reason, but it's like he snatched me out of there himself. I don't want to say kidnapped me, but it kind of feels like he, took me away from everybody. Everybody he took me away from. He's like, he's mine. Basically, God's like, he's mine. So he's my child, not yours. That's pretty much how I feel. Like God's like, he's my child, not yours. To my family, he may have been born to you, but he's not your child. He's my child. That's how I feel God is right now. So you guys fucked up. He's my child. So that's how it feels. Literally. It's like you guys fucked up with him. You guys did too much harm to him. He's my child. He's mine now. But anyways, enough about that. But yeah, it's a serious commitment. When I was reading those scriptures, I'm like, Jesus is pretty serious. No messing around. No messing around to follow him. No messing around. But something I thought about as well when I was reading the magazine, I'm like, Jesus can command me to do anything, or make me do anything, or even guide me anywhere. He couldn't have the ability to do anything with me if he didn't suffer back in the day. I'm serious. He knows that's true. If he didn't suffer my whole life, he couldn't do shit with me. He knows that. There'd be too much of a disconnect from God to me, So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'd be just like this. I don't have to listen to you. That's it. You didn't go through what I went through. You don't know what it's like to be me. I may have gone through more than you. If he didn't suffer back in the day. You know what I mean? If he didn't actually do that. But since he did, it gives him an in with me, in a way. Like, pretty much, this kid that no one could tell what to do, all of a sudden he can tell him what to do. You know what I'm saying? It changes things. So I'm like, shit. Because I'm like, I don't have to obey orders from someone that suffered less than me. God knows I think that way. I don't have to listen to anybody that suffered less than me, which is everybody except Jesus. You know what I mean? So I have to be like, oh shit, he has suffered more than me. He has suffered the same as me and more. So that changes the game. I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't listen to God if he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what he did, the suffering, allows him to like bond with me or something, in a way, like bond with one of his children that more so than he could without what he suffering on the cross. Basically, it's how I see it. But otherwise, I could be like, you don't know me. You didn't suffer my life. You didn't go through what I went through. I could say that if he didn't do what he did back in the day. And another thing that stuck out, and God knew, he knows what I read. there's a scripture about how strong uh, Jesus was. I forget where it was at in the book of Luke, I think, talking about how strong he was growing up. And I'm like, that's no surprise. That's no surprise at all. You know, if he can suffer as much as me and more, he's super strong, super duper strong, you know, like insane strong. That's what I was saying. You have to be strong to suffer for everybody. You have to be super strong, like unfathomably strong, you know, beyond comprehending strong. But anyways, with that said, you know, I've been really having a heart to heart with God. I really have. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna work with me. I don't think it's gonna work out. You know, he knows I feel like it's over. He knows I do. I feel like it's over for me. But I probably wouldn't feel that way if I didn't have the health issues. If I didn't have all the health issues, I wouldn't feel like it's over. He knows that. But since I do, and I don't know how to resolve them, even though I've tried my best to resolve them, I think it's over. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much a terminal cancer patient in my mind. It's already over. That's how I think, and God knows it. So, but even though I think that I'm still trying to help God, follow God at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Despite that, that's how insane this is. That's how crazy this is to me. You know, I have no other options except Him, except God. And that's, in a way, that's shitty to me. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that to God, but, you know, my only option is the guy that watched my abuse. Think about that. My only option to turn to now is someone that watched my abuse. You know what I'm saying? Sure he could send people in my life here and there to support me and all that, but at the end of the day, and he knows this, at the end of the day, and I know he set it up this way, at the end of the day, I just have him. I just have God. At the end of the day, he knows that now. He knows I just have him, and I know that too. It doesn't matter who shows me support in real life. It doesn't matter who shows me support on YouTube. It doesn't matter. He's still the only one I have. He knows that. He knows that damn well. Doesn't matter who shows me support in real life. God is still the only one I have at the end of the day. He's the only one that stayed consistent. He's the only one that stayed consistent, honest, truthful. You know, everybody else has just tried to mess with me. You know, and God knows that. But anyways, but yeah, it's kind of shitty to be alive still. To be alive still, and to know that it's over for you. Imagine that. You're alive, but you're staring death in the face. And you know it. You know what I mean? You tried all the professionals. Everything. To try to heal you. All failed. All failed to heal you. Now you're staring death in the face. Get where I'm coming from? God knows where I'm coming from now. He knows. And it doesn't even matter how much I want to be alive, it seems like. It doesn't even matter. Because I can't resolve my health issues. I'm staring death in the face. Anyways. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, God's my only hope now. maybe I can serve with honor, you know. Maybe I can still serve him with honor as I am. Maybe I can still serve with some honor. Basically, that's what I'm worried about, is keeping my honor about it all, you know. Keeping my honor. That's how much I respect honor. You know, that's, God knows that's how I am. Like if God didn't understand honor and Jesus didn't know honor, I wouldn't help Jesus if he didn't know what honor was. To the point where I think is honor. If Jesus didn't know honor, I wouldn't have anything to do with him. You know what I'm saying? But he does. Even more so than me. He knows honor. Even more so, which is scary. More honorable than me, you know. So probably the only person I know that has more honor than me in all areas, you know. But anyways, but yeah, I was just having heart to heart, you know, with God. I'm like, I know you don't want me to even say for you to kill me anymore. I know you don't want me to do that anymore, but I still think this is impossible. You know, I still think this is impossible. You know, I've tried everything. He knows that. I've tried everything to try to heal me and get me to a healthy state. Everything. I feel like, you know, but at the same time, he it felt like he said, I'm doing good. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? It felt like he told me that. So I'm like, because sometimes I'm being serious. I don't really know how well I'm doing. I don't. There's nowhere to measure. There's nowhere to measure. I could be doing fantastic right now. I wouldn't even know. And God knows that. I could be doing fantastic right now, and I wouldn't even know. Because there's no measuring bar. There's nowhere to gauge for me. Nothing. So I don't know. So I just think I still have all these health issues. So it must be over, you know. Can't resolve them, you know. But anyways, I'm still trying though. And that's what matters, I think. You know, keep on trying, you know. Despite the odds against you, despite death in your face, you know, to keep on going anyways, you know. It seriously feels like following Jesus is a last-ditch effort. It is. He knows it too. It's a last-ditch effort for me. 100%. But what gives me confidence is like he knows who I am. He knows me better than I know me. He knows me better than I know me. So we're talking about someone that knows me better than I know me. You know what I mean? So that means something, you know. He knows what to do when it comes to me, more than I know what to do when it comes to me, you know. So, and that's why if I think it's over for me, he doesn't think it's over for me, because he still sees what he can do with me still, when I don't see what can be done with me. You know what I'm saying? He still sees a way. Don't ask me how. He still sees a way. No one else sees a way for me. No one does, but God does somehow. I'm serious. God sees a way somehow. And I'm like, oh, all right, this is insane. Like somehow he still sees a way for me. That doesn't involve death or being locked up. Those options. He still sees a way without those options. I feel like I got a yes to that. So I'm like, shit. Because I don't see a way. He knows I don't see a way. Absolutely no way. That's why I think it's over. I've exhausted all options. I really have. He knows I have. I've exhausted all options of what I thought would work to heal me. I've exhausted all options. So I'm basically like, it's up to you now, Jesus. It's up to you now. I hope to God you healed those blind people, that blind person. I hope to God you really did that. I hope to God you really healed that leper back in the day. Like, I hope you really have those healing abilities. That's what I'm saying. Like, that are spoken about in the Bible. I really hope you have those healing abilities. Otherwise it's over for me. God knows it too. It's just the way it is. We take a lot of damage, in life, but literally I'm like, it's over. And then I'm like, maybe it's not. I do this. I'm like, maybe it's not, because the X factor, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? God, this factor that I haven't factored in. If there was no God, it would be over. If there was no God, and God knows this, it would be over for me. If there was no God, it'd be over. I might as well end it. If there was no God. So, but anyways, all my hopes and dreams are in God's hands now. Literally. It's fucking insane. But he must have seen a way this whole time, because, like, why would he get me out of being locked up, if he didn't see a way? And I think about that. I was locked up, but he got me out of there. So he saw a way. He saw a way somehow. At my lowest point, So even when I was locked up, he still saw a way for me somehow. And I got to remember that. Somehow he saw a way for me. So, but pretty much he just pretty much recruited somebody. He recruited somebody from the depths of hell, and he knows it. He recruited someone from the very deepest depths of hell. He recruited. Jesus did when he came from me. So here I am. So, what he wants with someone that's been to the depths of hell, I don't know. I'm not sure. He must see some advantage to it. To get someone like me to follow Jesus. He must see some kind of advantage to it. With all that experience I have in the depths of hell. I have a lot of experience. Still getting more experience to this day. I'm going to get more experience, But what's scary is one that's recruited me, Jesus, from the depths of hell, basically. He's been to a lower depths of hell. That's the only way he's been able to get me to this point, because he's been lower than me. If he didn't go lower than me, I'd be dead already. It'd be over, and I know it. So, but because there would be no Jesus to get me, basically. Plain and simple. There'd be no Jesus to get me from the depths of hell if there was no Jesus. Basically, that did the suffering, descended below everybody, basically. But anyways, I've talked about that in my other videos enough. So, but basically, this video is about what Jesus requires to follow him. You have to hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's no bullshit. You have to hate everybody. You have to hate your house. You have to hate, your family that he allowed you to be born into. You have to hate them now, But, I should hate them. I really should. He knows that. I should hate them for how they treated me. I should hate them more than I do. I should hate my family more than I do, But at the same time, Jesus says, love your enemies. That just came to me. So, so I don't know what that's about. You have to hate them and love them at the same time. Maybe. I just hope God knows what he's doing. He knows what kind of position I feel like I'm in, I'm just like, this is crazy. I don't have the confidence, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like maybe Jesus can give me confidence. That's what I've been asking for. Help me to believe in you, man. That's what I've been asking. Like, help me to believe in you. Like, not just know that you exist to Jesus. Not just know that you exist. Help me to actually believe in you. Like, believe in you. Like, actually believe that you can do what you say you can do. As far as everything, miracles, you name it. Help me believe that. Because I don't feel like I'm fully healed. So the miracle, you haven't performed the full miracle with me yet, in my opinion. So, but I feel like I'm a part miracle. I'm serious. I feel like I'm a part miracle. Just a part. Not a full miracle. Just a part miracle. That's it. I feel like that's accurate. I'm a part miracle. He's partly done a miracle with me. Partly. Not fully. Just partly. And he knows that. So. But anyways, I think that's all I want to talk about for today. But Jesus is my Valentine. But he wants you to hate out. He wants you to hate everybody. But he's my Valentine. He wants you to hate everybody but love him. Hate your family, but love him. So he really does want to be your Valentine. Jesus does. Jesus being your Valentine. Laughing's the best medicine. So that's what they say. So that's what I'm doing. But that's some pretty funny stuff, though. Jesus is my Valentine. Anyways, enough about that. But he wants you to hate everybody. He wants you to hate everybody and follow him and just love him. Follow him. You know, you're not worthy to follow him unless you hate everybody. Well, at least your house, your family, your friends, your sisters, you know, you have to hate all of them now. And follow him, you know. You know, he knows I got no other option. It's like I'm like a mouse in a corner, you know, with no option. You know, it seems like he knows I got nobody else. He knows that. So it's a big deal. Big step for sure. Ugh, man. Because in my mind, I'm like, no one else is doing this. No one's giving up everything to follow Jesus. I mean, maybe some of you guys are, but maybe some of you guys just said, you know, I hate everybody. I'm following Jesus. I hate my life. I'm following Jesus. Maybe some of you have done that. And I admit some of you probably have done that and like are legit committed. You know what I'm saying? Like the way Jesus wants me to be committed, you guys are committed already. You know, some of you are, you know. So I feel like that's true. But I didn't really realize how much of a commitment this was, like how serious it was. You know what I mean? What he requires, you know. It's insane. You know, you gotta leave everything. You know, literally leave everything, hate your own life, follow him. Lose your own life to follow him. Then you'll find your life. And then you get rewarded way more in, I guess, in the world to come, it says. So there's great reward. There's greater reward to just leave everybody and follow him. There's greater reward, according to the scripture. So, sometimes I'm like, oh, God, I hope these scriptures are legit. Like, I don't think I'm reading them by accident today. I don't think I am. Like, nothing happens by accident on this road, I've learned. So I don't think I'm reading those scriptures by accident. Leave everything behind. Hate your family, basically. You know, don't even think about them. But God knows I still struggle with that. The leaving the family permanently. He knows I still struggle with that. I do. He knows that. So it's tough for me. Even though I burned that bridge, it's still tough for me. For sure. You know. I've never been on my own like this. God knows that. Not for this long. I've never been on my own for this long, with no contact from anybody. That on my own. I'm talking about that. I haven't been on my own like that. Just burn that bridge permanently and be on my own for this long. He knows I have never done it for this long, ever. So it's a big deal. It's a serious deal, you know, for me to just never look back, follow Jesus. You know, it's a big deal. So. But anyways, I think that's good enough for now. I'm just gonna relax for a bit.